Hello everybody, this is Celesta Matthews and today we are going to see a page which is based upon HTML. You have a bit of CSS and you have jQuery. Okay, so this is the page basically. So over here I have, if I click this button, the paragraph will be hidden, and if I click this it will be shown. So here it's hidden and now we can see it. Similarly, the same is for this paragraph as well. Okay, now if I click on this particular box, it shows me a pop-up box. Okay, and after that, here to fade out these boxes, what I have done is whenever you click on this button, the box is faded out, and whenever I click over here, it's faded in. So you can set the duration, how long must it take and everything. Okay, now you have a box over here. If I click on animate, then the size of the box is expanded, you can see. If I click on reset, it's again shrink. So we'll see the code for this. It's over here. Firstly, inside the HTML, inside the header part, I have included this particular file. Okay, so I have done it using the CDN method. I have just put the source and I have put the link of the file. Okay, and this part we will see later, that is the jQuery part. I'll move on to the HTML first. Here, now inside the body tag, what I have done is I have created a main class and I have given some CSS to it. And after that, inside the first div, I have created a UL, and inside that there is an li wherein you have your paragraphs. There are two paragraphs with the same class. You can see over here para1, and here also it's para1. Okay. After that, I have created two buttons. Click here to hide and click here to view. Now you can notice that I have created ID over here. Okay. So the first for hide it's B1 and for view it is B2. So now we'll see the jQuery part. Here, inside the script tag I have said dollar, and inside bracket we have document.ready. I call this particular function. Inside this function, dollar, and inside double quotes I give the ID for the first button. And if that particular button is clicked, that means I call the click function. And inside the click function, what I have said is I have given this class name, that is dot para1, and that dot hide. So I call the hide method. That means whenever this particular button will be clicked, this part of the code will be executed and that whole paragraph will be hidden, as you saw just now. Similarly, in order to show, we have a show this function over here. So instead of just para1.show and para1.hide, we just write para1.show. And after that, the similar thing is done for the second paragraph as well. Okay, so now again we go on to the HTML. Over here, I have created a button, you can see, and it says that click here. And whenever you click, that particular, that alert box pops up. So how was that done? Let's see the JavaScript for this, jQuery for this. Yeah, it's over here. So whenever I say the same thing again repeats, $document.ready function, and now I have given the ID for the third button over here, that is hash b3 dot click. Whenever that button is clicked, I call this particular function, and inside that function I have written an alert. I have called the alert function and I have passed a text to that. Okay, so this particular text will be displayed inside the alert box. Now we'll move on to the third part. It's over here. Okay, so you have this particular paragraph inside this, and an ID flip is given to it. Okay, so after that you have another one small paragraph and an ID panel is given to this. So as we saw in the code, that the web page, whenever this particular paragraph is clicked, the other that paragraph, the second paragraph will be displayed. It's over here, this one. Whenever I click this, the second paragraph comes up and then it's again shrink. So the code for that goes like this. Okay, yeah, it's over here. Now I say that the same thing again, you have the ready function, and then inside that you have the click function. So whenever I click the paragraph with ID hash flip, that time this paragraph with ID panel is displayed. So what happens is, first I want it to slide down. So I say dollar hash panel dot slide down, and I have 3000 milliseconds, and after that time is over, again it has to slide up and the time is set to 3000 milliseconds. Now you can give a CSS to this, so I have given color and comma red. Okay, so that was the code for this. After that, the fade in and fade out part comes. Okay, so now inside this div, I have created two buttons. One is for fading in, the other one is for fading out, and I have assigned the IDs to these, and then I have this particular paragraph which will be fading in and fading out. Okay, so the ID for this is div1, and it's over here. Yeah, for fade out, I have again given the button, that is when that particular button is clicked with ID B6. At that time, this div1, I will say dollar, inside the brackets I'll mention the ID for that particular paragraph, and I'll say dot fade out, and I'll mention the time in that. After that, the similar thing is done for fade in also, and the same time is passed to this. So that particular operation will happen as we saw in the web page. Okay, now at last we have the animate option. Inside this, again I have created two buttons with IDs, and I have created a box and I have provided style to these. And now the jQuery part is here. Yeah. So I again say that whenever the B8, the button with B8 ID is clicked, at that time the box, the ID with, the paragraph with the ID box will be animated, and that time what happens is, I'll say dot animate, and I'll pass in some values. That is, the height has to be 300 pixel and width has to be 1500 pixel, whatever you can specify the values. So this means that the height is again expanding. Now in the same way, again you can have another function over here in which you can mention a smaller height and width for that. So after that you have the CSS part. It's quite simple. I've just given the background color and height and width. So I hope you understood the code. Thank you.